programming, wisdom, and the future. The younger generations deserve at least as much as we hoped we would receive when we were little, and certainly more than ineffective education, even when laced with interesting animations about squaring a circle and such. Because such things by themselves are still useless, certainly useless to address reality of today's existence and the danger of poverty and more failure and more war. Today, students are treated as a resource that can be mined for money that they don't have but can get via unforgivable loans. We interrupt their growing up with poverty and threats of being held back and ridiculed and made to feel stupid. We damage their natural curiosity with standardized education and then force them into poverty while driving an ineffective education into them and then blaming them for the results. We have to admit to the younger generations that our own education was pretty much worthless, that we could have replaced years of ineffective education with some happy vacations and a dozen of narrated science popularizer books. It would certainly make our education more effective, as here we could at least explain concepts without memorization. And we have to help students to effective education that can address their poverty. An education where every lecture counts, where every lecture enhances what they already know. Today, that aim has been obscured by mediocre teachers, pretenders, and liars, and presented as only for the select few, the few that are naturally smart. The myth of the gifted, of the genius, invented by lazy fools to wipe their ass with the future of humankind. Unlike teaching irrelevant things where teachers can just make up a grade to stay under the radar, teaching relevant things that have actual bearing on real life is self-evaluating. It's loud. It's visible. As we can expect it to instantly improve life and the future. And there is only one self-evaluating subject with an easy on-ramp for all. But you have to remember that you have been lied to as I tell you what it is. It is learning how to program brilliant, custom, and useful web or desktop applications. Please don't laugh. Don't trivialize it. It is the only subject that will give you evidence of profound and positive change. And it encompasses all the old subjects, however badly divided they are. Depending on whether you want math or physics in game development, chemistry in simulation, or art in generative art and design. It encompasses all the subjects, and it leaves room for adventure and profound narrated books, especially those held in high regard by all the world's intellectuals. Please don't dismiss programming applications. That is just a trick. You've been tricked into thinking that's not for you. You wouldn't want to dismiss learning how to walk or speak or use a hammer and nails. Programming is just a tool that you are being tricked out of using because it is hard to teach. It demands that the teacher isn't a pretender, merely regurgitating slides for an easy paycheck. It demands that they know how to do it. That is exactly why you have been tricked into thinking that it's not for you. Listen to me. You have been tricked. You have been lied to. The single most important thing you have to learn in school has been denied to you. We're taught so badly that it has tricked you into thinking that you just can't understand it, that it is just not for you. Please, learn programming on your own. Take to adventure and narrated books for everything else. Treat school as entertainment, triviality, a game, because that is all it has become. Make room for narrated books. The books written by great beings is the second subject after software development, and it too has been taken away from you. It frightens the mediocrity, the pretenders, the liars. It is just reading, writing, and arithmetic where memorization does work as we start out in life. But then it's software development and profound books, or love of wisdom, or philosophy, or inheriting the wisdom from countless lives as presented by books. The rest of your lifelong journey gets easier. It is something you craft, whilst standing on the shoulders of giants and aiming in the only direction away from economic failure and resulting war. Up. Do not wait for change to come your way. Break the cycle and accept the responsibility for your own self-education. Please understand that you must take to countless great books forged in lives lived well by great minds, as you are charged with growing all the way up until you too become a great being and leave profound and positive contributions behind.